Quiet, please. Play. $15 off. $15 all. $30-15. $40-15.
Both players just trying to settle the nerves a bit, no matter how many times you've been out there. This is a big occasion.
Yeah, Federer.
And that will settle the nerves for Roger Federer. Indeed, 2 aces in the opening game. And there's Federer's statement to Hewitt. Not much pace on that. 132 kilometres an hour. It really got what it deserved.
$15 all. $30-15.
Bright opening by both players then here on Rod Laver Arena. A couple of aces from Roger Federer in the first game. Lleyton Hewitt has come up with one of his own here. And a good chance of an early hold, which would settle the nerves for the Australian.
Yeah.
2 aces apiece in their opening service games. A good start, a bright opening from both players. Interesting to note the reception that both of the players got when they came onto the court. Lleyton Hewitt got a great reception. If anything, the reception afforded Roger Federer was a little bit louder. Amazing in front of Hewitt's home crowd.
First service. Low 15.
As always, delighted to have Jeff Masters sitting beside me in the commentary box. Jeffrey, the first set's so important here for the Australian.
Certainly is, Peter, but there is a sense of expectation here tonight. It is all set up, and understandably so. Neither Federer nor Hewitt have had to expend a great deal of energy prior to this match, so they're primed. The occasion is ready for them.
Their history, of course, well documented now. This is the 25th time they have played. And not only does Federer lead that series 16-8, he has won the past 14.
30-15.
Last time Hewitt beat him in that memorable Davis Cup semi-final back in 2003 when Hewitt was down 2 sets and practically out of the match. But since then, it's been all one-way traffic, and that, Jeff Masters, gives Roger Federer a tremendous psychological advantage going in here.
No doubt about it, he'll be very confident. Certainly Hewitt's team have spoken about how Hewitt intends to play with more aggression this tournament. We've already seen indications of that in the first two and a half games. Just like that.
Yes.
In his early days when he was world #1, he was very much a conservative style of player. Hewitt went cross-court so much so that he almost became predictable, wore people down, but now he's just starting to be more aggressive.
Advantage, Federer.
Federer taken deep then on his second service game, but he comes up with the goods. We're on serve. The world #1 leads 2-1.
And one of the reasons that Hewitt is able to be more aggressive these days is because he's playing close to the baseline. Good indication at this point, hugging the baseline, taking the ball early.
And what about that? Off the bat serve and volley, sending Federer a message early on here.
30 off.
And the message is, I'm not going to play the same as I've played you and lost the last umpteen times. So good for him, getting out of his comfort zone, being prepared to do something a little bit different. Well, they went toe-to-toe, but again, Hewitt refused to be backed up. That is, he hung close to the baseline, didn't get or didn't give Federer an opportunity to really push Hewitt out of his strike zone.
21 shots in the previous rally. Lleyton Hewitt could not possibly have got a better start than this. He looks sharp. He's hitting the ball out of the middle from the word go. And he might be feeling, you know, this might be his night. He's got to be feeling good at the moment, Jeff.
Oh, absolutely. He's had relatively comfortable matches prior to this point, so that's always one of the key issues for Hewitt. Often he gets to this point in the tournament and he's already had to expend so much energy.
Now.
Just a little extra racket head speed and spin from the forehand of Federer enables him just to get a few more free points off that wing than does Hewitt.
Good footwork by the official.
Oh, come on. Good shot here from Hewitt. Lob is excellent. How about this for a backhand smash on the line? Thank you. Fantastic. Too good.
Both players coming up with love games on their serves. A bit of brilliance from Federer in the 5th game sees him 3-2 in front on serve.
Now.
They're the sort of things that Lleyton Hewitt is going to have to keep to a bare minimum. Hewitt expressing disappointment in the usual way.
Well, I think he said come off it, meaning he came up off the shot. There, came up a little bit.
unforced errors might cost.
15-40.
Federer seizes the initiative early, gets the break, leads 4-2 in the first set.
Federer leads for game 2.
Well, they might have been happy a moment ago, but now a big moment has occurred in this first set. Federer is in the driver's seat. And it was a game, Jeff, that was out of character from what we'd seen from Hewitt previously in this match.
A couple of unforced errors, but again, this is the difference. Federer gets those odd free points off serve.
Federer will relish this challenge on the big stage, of course. If it's a different Hewitt that he's playing, he'll look forward to seeing what evolves. And the great players lift in these circumstances.
40.
Roger's wife, Miroslava Vavrinek. Just long. It's a love game again for Federer. So he's held his last 2 services to love, and he is already within 1 game of the first set.
15.
It's one of the most glorious shots in the game, the Federer backhand.
30-15.
Well, there was a forehand that Hewitt had mid-court, mid-rally that he needed to go after and punish, and he didn't. He just really massaged it back into play. Federer, when he got the chance for a forehand, ripped it.
30-14.
And Federer just getting the pressure on Hewitt there, implying the pressure, stepped inside the baseline. And so Hewitt, after leading 30-love in this game, finds himself down set point.
Let. First service. Yes. Advantage, Federer.
Five winners, 7 unforced errors so far in the opening set for the Australian. Set point number 2.
Yes.
Just actually got that volley a little bit too far in front of him. He tried to hit an off volley, which you need to hit, make contact just a little bit later.
Federer would love to get the job done here so that he can serve first in the second set.
Advantage, Federer.
Missed it.
What a great point. 13 strokes in the rally.
Yeah, he's done well here, Hewitt.
Yes.
Federer expects plenty of lobs from Hewitt. This one, he'll be very annoyed with himself. He's normally got a very, very good overhead, and he was in pretty good position, didn't have to stretch too far.
To little, but
advantage,
this would be a psychological boost for the Australian if he's able to hold here, seeing off 3 set points.
Yes.
He's going to have to see off a fourth.
Advantage, Federer.
Federer really jumping on the Hewitt second serve, setting up the second opportunity.
It was always going to be a very high mountain to climb for Lleyton Hewitt. It's just got a bit taller. Roger Federer, in 32 minutes, takes the first set, 6-2.
Lot 15.
And it is a tremendous advantage for Federer to serve first here in the second set, to be able to do what he did in the first, to set the tune, to make Hewitt play catch-up. That is, of course, if he holds his first serve.
$15. 30-15.
Hewitt just a little tender after that minor mishap a moment ago. His wife, Beck, his mum and dad, Glenn and Sherilyn, looking on, as always.
40-15.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Federer. $15. 30 love. $40 love.
Love going for Hewitt.
One game.
Interesting to note the speed of some of Hewitt's second serves tonight. He rolled one in the first set, about 122. There was one in the low 130s there. His average second serve speed at present, just 139 kilometres an hour. Do you get the feeling, Jeff, that he might be trying to take some of the pace away and make Federer generate his own pace?
There's a little bit of that, but the second serve, it doesn't have the bite, the spin, or the speed of Federer, and that is a problem for him. Oh, that's wonderful play. Makes it look simple. Genius at work. Hard to argue with it.
30 love.
Two little steps. Head still. Look at the follow through. Doesn't get much better than that. And again, every service game he gets 1 or maybe 2 free points where the ball does not come back off the return.
Just the second point in the match when Federer's got the first serve into play and hasn't won the point.
Fabulous.
That is just pure class from Federer. And he holds serve again, maintains the advantage on the scoreboard, at least in the second set.
Love 15.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Well, this was as good as any shot Federer's played. Pushed deep and wide. He's just held his position and hit a magnificent down the line winner. Hewitt saying, find one, mate, find one. That means find a first serve. Very early in the set, but only 29% of Hewitt serves finding the mark in this set for 44% in the match. It's not going to be good enough.
Groans as one.
Well, Federer doesn't know Hewitt's serving and volleying until Hewitt is on his way, so that means he's got to see the ball, react to the ball, and then change his mind at the last minute to direct it down the line as Hewitt serves and volleys. Fantastic.
40-13.
There's a fair bit of length about that serve, and Federer thought about the challenge. Glanced up at Pascal Maria, who's the man in the chair tonight. Thought better of it. That could be a very costly error. That would have been game 2-2 on serve. Now a couple of nervous moments for the Australian.
late for service. Advantage, Federer.
Clearly out. First break point of the second set.
Yes.
Important point, both players knew it. Hewitt just forcing the pace a little more off the backhand there.
Advantage, Hewitt.
Foot fault being called as well as the ball being long.
Society has troubles with the left foot. He turns it onto the line.
Yes.
You can hear Hewitt getting increasingly frustrated with himself.
Advantage, Federer.
Muttering away to himself at the back of the court. So will that unforced error at 40-30 turn out to be critical? For the second time, it's break point in this fourth game of the second set. That was a few out calls coming from the ball on the baseline.
Well, it seemed as if it skidded, so it probably was in, but then Federer running around that backhand, getting himself right over into the doubles alley and trying to pull it down the line. High-risk shot.
Well, from here, yes. Advantage, Federer.
Didn't appear to be too much doubt the ball was long. Replay seemingly indicating that.
Pretty big point, though. I think it was worth a challenge. He's got plenty left in the bag.
Is a massive moment again. It should have been game over about 5 minutes ago. And after 3 break points, Federer does establish the break and leads 3-1. Hawkeye telling us that even if Hewitt had challenged, that ball was out. But you're right, Jeff, it certainly was worth a challenge because It was a tipping point there.
Love 15. Thank you.
There's plenty of grunt in that, 201 kilometres an
15.
hour. And that was the wide serve. His quickest to the match so far has been 203, which is in the range that Roger has had for about the past 7 or 8 years.
30-15.
Just hard to see where the break is going to come from for Hewitt. He hasn't been able to create a break point in this match so far. And there's part of the reason why Federer, largely untroubled on his serve, drops just the 1 point in that 5th game, and with the break, he's up 4-1 in the 2nd set.
That's soul destroying. He's hit a terrific wide serve, Hewitt. He's hit a forehand within half a metre of the line and has been passed. Can imagine how he feels stepping up for point 2 of this game.
Repertoire is on display.
Love 30. Fifteen, 30.
You said to me earlier that Federer has spoken about playing another 6 or 7 years. Well, the reality is he's such a well-balanced athlete and his technique is so good that he puts very little stress on his body. So you can see him playing 7 more years.
Especially if he's going to hit shots like that.
30-40.
Moves across and forward, cuts the ball off. Outstanding.
Point for the double break for the master. Strikes in that rally. Hewitt fighting.
Yes.
Well, he did have Federer on the run for much of this rally, Hewitt. So finally Federer comes to the net and Hewitt, as ever, makes a good choice, gets it low at the feet, doesn't try to hit a winner, just makes it difficult for Federer.
Good stuff by the Australian.
Advantage, Hewitt.
Good fighting quality shown by Hewitt. Down the break point for the double break. Mum and Dad and wife Beck maintaining the faith, but even they must be feeling a little bit pessimistic at the moment.
Yes, it was probably Hewitt's best game. Federer threw just about everything he had at Hewitt. Hewitt was able to meet it and overcome it. Good job.
Love 15.
Great scrambling, racket control at full stretch. He gets it on the line there, Hewitt. Oh, it's disappointing. He knew that was a big moment.
Yeah.
15 all.
Love 30 would have been his best opportunity of the match, really.
It was a very makeable backhand. That's what he's so disappointed about. It was just past the service line. He had time.
Goodness me.
30-15.
Maybe the tennis gods smile on him because one day he's going to be sitting at their right hand, if he's not already.
Oh, it's an awesome second serve. It's as good as most people's first serve, and that's one of the big differences between the two players.
168 kilometres an hour, that second serve.
And within centimetres of the line.
(40-30). Mr. Hewitt gone on left centre time. Ball was calling.
Well, I don't think Federer was all that confident about that serve because he almost waited, expecting the call, I think. He's all right, though.
Yeah, Federer.
It's an ace, practically in an unplayable area. And yet again, Federer finds himself within one game of the second set.
15 off. Love.
Yeah.
30-15.
They're saying you served it straight to him. It's very dangerous to serve wide and serve and volley because there are so many angles and options for a returner that the serve volleyer can't cover. Much better to serve down the centre tee or at the body on the first court if you're going to serve and volley.
Same comment as at the end of the first set. Federer looking to get it put away on Hewitt's serve so he can serve first again. This time Federer's going to have to do it himself.
Federer leads 5-3.
Well, we all know Lleyton Hewitt's fighting qualities. He's displayed that so many times over the years against the likes of Roger Federer. It's pretty difficult, though. He has come down from 2-0 down on 6 occasions. And one of those times was on this very court in one of the most incredible matches of Lleyton Hewitt's career in the Davis Cup back in 2003. It doesn't seem likely here, though, 7 years on. But then again, we said that in 2003 as well.
50 love. Thirty love. Second set.
We're watching a craftsman at work here. Federer takes it 2 to love lead in 1 hour and 7 minutes, and surely there's no way back now for Lleyton Hewitt to the quarterfinals. Remember, his opponent will be Nikolai Davydenko, who got over the top of Fernando Verdasco in 5 sets earlier today. Just a reminder to you that we were with the Jo-Wilfried Tsonga and Nicholas Almagro match to the end of the 4th set. We will be bringing you up to date with that match a little later on. Don't go anywhere.
(30-15).
It was a good shot, but again, it was the returner serve that set the point up. Look at the depth of this return, pushes Hewitt back, and that allows Federer to come forward and have 23 options. Yes.
So finally, Lleyton Hewitt is the one who can call the tune at the start of a set.
15-0.
Hewitt, the last remaining Australian in singles competition here at the Australian Open, and he may bow out on the eve of Australia's National Day, January 26 tomorrow.
30-0.
Around about this time tomorrow night, we'll be getting set for fireworks, but we've seen some already tonight from the best player in the world.
Beautiful.
That was a bad item.
30-15.
Boy, the look on Mum's face there, it just said pride. She's had a lot to be proud of during his career. On the stripe. Hewitt knows it too. He had a good look at it.
40-15.
But good stuff from Hewitt, though. He's changing things up a bit. He's trying something different. He's making Federer come up with something special. That's all you can do.
Ah! 40-30.
Their rivalry goes back a long way. Roger Federer spoke about it as they were coming onto the court tonight. They go back to the 1996 World Youth Cup Boys Finals. Federer played the then fellow 15-year-old in Lleyton Hewitt. So much has changed in the lives of both men since then, none the least of which they're both dads.
15-0. 50-0.
Jeff, when you see Federer like this, with his artistry in full swing, for us mere mortals, it'd be nice to think that he's not perfect at everything. So maybe he just struggles with changing nappies or diapers or something.
Well, at least one imperfect forehand there. He actually framed the second last forehand.
Hawkeye hasn't had a lot to do tonight.
Well, the minute he gets time, he's able to generate that extra racket head speed and therefore more speed on the ball than Hewitt. And that's what sets up these opportunities for him. Shot.
Forty 30. Mr. Hewitt and goal on the left baseline. Ball was called out.
Federer was convinced because he stopped. And he was right. 22 millimetres,
Yes.
the margin between the ball and the line.
So Hewitt has 2 challenges remaining.
What about that? He was off balance totally and still managed to get the ball in a place where Hewitt found it difficult.
Yeah, his court speed and balance is so underrated.
Yes.
Ace number 4 for Lleyton Hewitt. (192 kilometres an hour). That's only 3 back from his quickest of the night.
Advantage Hewitt.
Hewitt scraps his way out of trouble again, but the problem is he can't find the key to the lock of Federer's serve. We are on serve, though, in the 3rd set. Set 3, Federer serving. 1-2.
15 off. That's enough.
Well, Hewitt may need to start considering coming in up the middle of the court. This one here is pretty darn good, but it's got a little extra width, and Federer uses that width to get angle back on the pass.
(40-15).
The #1 seeds match time so far, 2 hours 44 against Andreev, 1 hour 39 against Hanescu, and 1 hour 48 against Montañez. I'd love to get this done in about the same time as rounds 2 and 3.
Yeah, Federer.
If only to steel himself for Davydenko, because he is the master of extending matches out to 5 sets, as he saw today, and we all saw today, against Fernando Verdasco. And Davydenko has been in pretty good touch lately and has a couple of very good victories to his credit.
Yes, really, since October especially last year, he's been quite outstanding.
It's going to need to be to beat Federer if that's the way it pans out. The form that the #1 player in the world is showing tonight. Look at Mirka, his wife, there at the bottom right. Just a little nod. Seen this before, done that. Just a mere 157 kilometres an hour, the winner.
Well, look at the work Hewitt's having to put in just to stay in this. He's won 7 games, Hewitt. He's worked exceptionally hard, and he's covered what must seem to him to be about 2 marathons.
On the right far side, ball was called out.
And nothing much has gone his way so far.
I think he might be just using this to have a little bit of a breather, frankly. He's just been run ragged the last 3 or 4 points. This will give him a little bit of a rest.
Always out.
15-14, so Hewitt has 1 challenge remaining.
So here we go. A similar scenario once more. Break point.
That last passing shot hitting the tape as well. Well, it's taking a bit of luck like this, the dead net cord, and then this one flicks the top of the tape. It's taking this for Hewitt to just stem the tide of accuracy and power that's coming from the ground from Federer.
Yes.
Well done. 2 break points withstood.
Advantage, Hewitt.
They're 5 aces apiece for the match now. Hewitt's had 2 double faults, Federer none. His ability to regularly hit the lines has stood the test of time throughout his career.
38 winners in a match that's just 2.5 sets old, and not long sets at that. It's a phenomenal number of winners from Federer's racket.
Advantage, Hewitt.
Hewitt's been down break point in his last 2 service games, and he's managed to get his way out of it, that time due to a rare error from the world #1, and we're still on serve in set 3. Federer, on the other hand, is after 4.
Well, out labouring the point, it's just the serve that sets up this opportunity. It forces a weak return, and then Federer is able to go for the winner.
Of all the stats we can give you, and they are comprehensive at Grand Slams, the big one tonight is the break points that have been created. Federer 13, Hewitt zip.
40 love.
The only time that Federer has actually been taken to deuce was the 3rd game of the 1st set.
Federer.
He spins one in there, which is constantly leaving Hewitt.
3 games
Turns out to be unplayable. Levels it up in this 3rd set at 3-all. Packed house, 15,000 in again at Rod Laver Arena.
Love 15.
The last time they met here at the Australian Open was back in 2004. It was at this stage of the tournament as well, in the 4th round. Federer won in 4. Hewitt won the 1st set that night.
Oh, beautiful.
He's not a tall man, Jeff, but his overhead has always been very strong.
Yeah, this is a tough shot. Great defensive lob, pushes Hewitt back. He's going to be hitting this from behind the baseline, and to hit an outright winner from there. Good job.
And that match I was just talking about here at the Australian Open 2004, included in that 4-set victory of Federer, it was a 6-love set over his opponent. Not tonight, though.
Oh, that's outstanding. Just the way he structured the point.
15-14.
Purposely hit the short ball there to bring Hewitt forward out of his comfort zone. It was a short ball that Hewitt couldn't attack on, but equally he had to keep coming forward to the net, and he was totally vulnerable in that position.
Break point again. And this time there'll be no escape. Federer puts his foot on the gas and is now just 2 games away from closing this down.
Federer leads.
Playing the master. A little luck.
Love 15. Love 13. Thank you.
Now look at a second serve here. Can Hewitt do what he's been unable to do for this entire match? Create a break point.
Fifteen, 30.
Yes, he can.
Don't the crowd love it? The first chance for the night for Hewitt to get over the top of the Federer serve.
15-14.
This to break back immediately.
Thank you.
Well, every shot that Federer played here with aggression, he still had some safety margin. A metre or so from the sideline, net clearance. Didn't take a risk, but was still able to play with some real positivity.
Still break point.
Yes.
It's been the hallmark of his career. He does not know what he's beaten. Maybe he does, he just refuses to acknowledge it. So the break comes straight back from the Australian, and we'll level it 4-all.
Well, he knew he had to take a risk. He had an opportunity. They've been so fleeting tonight, and he grabbed it with both hands. Fabulous performance from the ultimate competitor.
And all of a sudden now, the crowd is involved. Fanatics are up. They've been just a little more subdued than usual, but now they've got a reason to cheer. Hewitt fights his way back to level terms. It's only a mini win. And you wouldn't bet against Federer just coming straight back and saying, you don't do that to me.
Beautiful depth on that shot, width on this shot, volley deep into the corner, still loses the point.
Low 30.
Just on the eve of Australia Day, there's the great Australian expression, fair dinkum, which in some cases means real, the genuine article, or in other times it's used really as an exclamation to say, goodness me, what am I supposed to do? I reckon that might be what Hewitt said about 100 times over tonight.
Let for service. Best patch of the match, Lleyton Hewitt.
Even the great ones hesitate. He just hesitated a little bit here, Federer. Doesn't get in quickly enough, and Hewitt, as ever, so very good at dipping the ball low, and if you don't close on the net, it's difficult. It's a very big game, this, because there's just been a hint or two in the last 5 minutes that Federer's just not as free-flowing as he was, just tightening up just a little. And, of course, if Hewitt can get this and take a 5-4 lead with the crowd so involved, I feel even a little bit more tense.
Federer.
All things considered then, that was a massive point in the scheme of things. Possibility here of a third successive break of serve, and for Federer to once again take the ascendancy. Called a fault. Hewitt got the nod from the chair that it was wide. And the break comes straight back. The world #1 was the one yelling, "Come on," this time. And well he might, because he is now within one game of victory. 3 breaks of serve in a row. Acknowledged by Federer.
59.
Well, a choice here that backfires on Federer. He's purposely brought Hewitt forward, but Hewitt's approach shot was so good that even Federer couldn't conjure up a pass.
This is Federer just looking a fraction worried at the moment. Coach sensing that his man is on the rise.
15-40.
It's not too often that Federer steps up with the possibility of losing 2 successive service games.
Federer again dictating play.
Still a break point though for the Australian to level up at 5-all.
Yes.
And I reckon, Jeff, in the back of Lleyton Hewitt's mind, just in this circumstance, he must be thinking back to that Davis Cup match. It's got to give him some joy that he's been able to come from 2 sets to love down and 5-3. question has the answers.
Yes.
Ace number 7 for the match.
Federer.
Brings up match point. This game, perhaps the last game, has summed up a lot of the match. Hewitt has fought bravely, but in the end, he's been outclassed.
Game. 6-2, 6-3, 6-4.
Federer makes it the last 15 in a row against Hewitt. 6-2, 6-3, 6-4. The crowd on their feet to acknowledge the champion, Roger Federer.